Hey guys, today I have some fun crafts and activities for you to do this Halloween season with your preschoolers or other kiddos. Hope you like them. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get to it. For this first craft, we're going to be making a spider. So the first thing I do is fold the piece of paper in half and then draw a circle around that paper to make the fold the center of the ring. And then I gave her a bunch of different color paints to swirl and mix together to try and form her best brown. This was a fun experiment. We ended up doing some, it looked a little red, so we added some blue, added some color until we had what she thought was a good color for her spider. So that was kind of an activity in itself. Once she had it all mixed, I had her paint on one half inside the ring. So inside one half of the ring. So here she can practice following directions, but also trying to stay in the lines. So two different kind of skills that she's working on doing this. Now that she's done with that, we're going to fold the paper back over and then press it down. That way the paint transfers again to the other side. It's kind of like a mirrored painting and just kind of a cool effect that she has learned. If you can see her little smile, she thought it was really cool. And we're gonna put it aside to dry. And after it is dry, we're gonna pull it back, and I gave her these strips of black paper, kind of thin, and I told her to kind of fold them up to make them a little bit accordion style, and then she could either dip them in the glue there or use the Q-tip to put it on the paper and then put it on. So here she is just putting them on wherever she wants to make legs. I did give her 8 pieces of paper to do for the legs, but she was very clear that she only wanted her spider to have 7 legs, 4 on one side and 3 on the other. So that is what she did. And then I also gave her a handful of 8 to 10 googly eyes, and she put them on where she wanted. So here's what she calls the best spider ever. Next up, I am taking an assorted bunch of felt and cutting it into varied shapes. I have triangles, circles, mouthpieces, and a big piece as a pumpkin. Then she's gonna use these just to make whatever kind of fun faces that she wants. I made the mouths have varied expressions so that we could kind of talk about emotions as well. If you have a 3-year-old, then emotions are a big topic around this age. But then once she was done with playing with this, I ended up just keeping it on this tray and out so that way throughout the week, whenever she saw it, she could just pull it back out, and she has pulled it out quite a few times since then. So this is definitely an activity for the whole season. For the next activity, we are going to be making some cute little monsters. So on a piece of butcher's paper, I have just taken a few colors and drawn out some funky shapes to make little monsters. Now the kicker is that I am drawing no eyes. I am doing little antennas and hands, maybe some feet and mouths, but no eyes. And that is because after I'm done drawing these, she is going to use M&Ms to make eyes on her monsters. So that's part of the fun activity. And then of course, she can eat them after she's done if she wishes. To make this activity last a little bit longer, I also gave her a sheet of dot stickers, so that way she could use them to outline her monsters and basically just practice some fine motor and extend this activity a little bit more. Now, if you wanted to, you could turn this into a learning activity by either pointing to one of the monsters and telling her how many M&Ms to put as eyes. So you could tell her 3 and then she could count them. Or you could write the number and she had to match that number to the number of M&Ms that she puts on there, whatever, but you could make it learning if you wanted. Next up, we're gonna practice some fine motor skills and pick your favorite Halloween picture from the internet. I just used this free ghost printable, and I had her help me tape it to a little sensory bin here. I then dumped some gravel. This is just gravel from the dollar store. You could also use colored rice or something of that nature. And then you're gonna use something like a paintbrush for her to sweep it off of the picture and, unveil whatever it is underneath. You could also then do this multiple times, have her shake it up and cover it back up and then do it over and over again. Or if the picture is not covered, she could practice sweeping and covering the picture. Multiple ways to do this, but a very fun activity. And then next we're going to make haunted houses. So I have a bunch of foam shapes. You can either cut them yourselves or buy a packet of shape foam pieces. And then I also gave her a black piece of paper to put it on. That way she had room for some Halloween spooky stickers. You could either leave this as an activity that they could do over and over again and don't glue the shapes down, just kind of arrange them how she wants. Or once they figure out how they want it, you could take some glue. Here I had to help her because the glue bottle was a little bit strong, but you also could get a plate like you saw earlier in the spider craft and pre-pour some glue, get a Q-tip, and then have her glue the shapes to the haunted house and make her haunted house. So once she is done with that, I have pre-taken the backing of these sticker pages off so that the stickers are easier for her to pull off herself. And then she'll just put the stickers around to make it a Halloween kind of spooky house. And the last thing I have for you today is a little Halloween snack. And so we're gonna make little pumpkin pizzas. So here I have an English muffin, and I'm putting ranch on. My kids like ranch as a base, but also of course you could use pizza sauce, no problem. And then of course, adding some cheese. Then you're gonna pop it in the broiler for a couple minutes until the cheese melts. And once it's done, you're going to cut your bell pepper, orange bell pepper, into strips, and then add them kind of curvy side out, and then a straight piece in the middle so that you have what kind of forms the look of a pumpkin. And then for the topper, I didn't have green bell pepper, so I just used the green topper of this bell pepper. But if you had a green bell pepper and just cut a little piece, it would be probably even better. But I just placed that there, and then here is the final picture. I have a little pumpkin. These are so super easy, quick, festive, and yummy. Thanks for watching. That's all I have today. Happy Halloween season.